Hello, my name is Xander Valentino, and today I'll be talking about how to play shorekeeper. So, shorekeeper is quite simple in her character, not much to it. The tutorial almost explains it perfectly, because she's very simple. But just a quick little rundown. So, of course, we have all the basic things. The tutorial build is useless, but we'll go into that a little more later. So you fully charge her thingy. This gives her decent concerto energy, but the strongest gains of concerto energy are skill, ult, and the enhanced intro. Now let's go to get to that. So firstly, in rotation you ult first of her after building her considerable. When you get her considerable, you can switch off, go to the next person. Ooh, damage. Ah, so cool. Just gotta build their concerto too. And then when that's built, go to the next one. Wow, more damage. Yippee. And then when you see all the bars are filled, you go back to shorekeeper. And it doesn't seem like crazy concerto, but it's actually a lot of how she gains it. Now let's see how to fully build her concerto back up fast. Skill gains good amount. Hold. And then with the correct build, you usually have ult by now, and you could ult there. So usually without variation, you only have to do one basic ult. If you have an R5 variation or signature, if you are good at it, you can usually not have to worry about doing the hold at all. Now for her build. So her build's quite simple usually. All you need is about, let's go see, 230 ER at most when you have fallacy. A good weapon, variation or signature are always the best. I don't have her weapon because I do not think it's worth it, but we go see the stats fit right now. Look at my Zanny funds, there's so much. I'm definitely gonna get her, right guys? Increases HP, restores 8 concerto energy on liberation, and then this gives a small attack buff. I really think it's by far one of the worst weapon pulls in the game, while she's the best pull in the game. Because if you look at an R5 variation on skill cast, you get 16 concerto energy. With R5, of course. And with R1, you only get, I think, yeah, I have one. You only get 8, but that is as much as a signature. You just lose out on the attack and HP buff, which really isn't that valuable. Now, she's very easy to build, as I said. All you need is 230 ER, which is very achievable. And then, of course, you want Fallacy if you want to do that. And then cause her unnecessary. All you need to level up on her, in reality, is her intro skill. Everything else is useless, unless you want damage. I mean, not damage, healing. Then level up your skill and lib. Forte does, like, nothing, too. Now, we're going to go over a clear damage rotation and finish off this little guide. So I'd say here, go to start building up some. One intro. Just going to clear swap a little to help the first rotation, and then a lot of concerto gain from that. Usually, on her second rotation, she gains it a lot faster. The first rotation is a slow one. And then after you do that, of course, just do your full rotation, all the other characters. Apologies if you can hear my controller, by the way. I'm not really sure how to be near the mic and get rid of that sound. I'm still very new to this. We don't got to talk about the interruption there. And then you finish rotation there, then hold, back in, and then look how much concerto she has. And then of course dodging gives a lot, like, and skill, and then, so usually one dodge, one ult, and then it's back. And then you just get straight back to your rotation, and the same exact thing. So rotation's very simple. In a long scope, it just seems confusing, but it's one of the things that are very simple right when you understand it, and then it's like you get it like the back of your hand, you know? Now, a big problem, if you're not good at doing your rotations right, you can miss the end of her ult. That is a problem you can learn on. That's more of a not really just shorekeeper tips, but just being good at see, right there, I lost my ult. You do not want that to happen. That's my fault for having bad energy problems with my Carlotta because I'm too lazy to farm more echoes. But you see there what happens when that happens. So I'd say the best decision there is just get very more efficient for your rotations. Any other tips? I'm not exactly sure. Ow. I forgot, can't she parry for bullets? Hold on. She can. But, that's mostly the guide for this. I feel like it was pretty understandable. And also, though, by the way, even with that, even without the enhanced tree, you lose on some damage, but she still gains it very fast. Like, do you see that? I literally had my thingy instantly back and only had to do, like, one dodge. So, she is just very efficient at rotations right when you have her fully built. And every piece of ER you get on her, after 250, it doesn't buffer, like the buff the team, like, as it should. But it does make her get her ult back faster, which can make rotation smoother. Now, Kurlaud is one of the longer rotation members if you don't know how to play right, so that is a big problem. But any character, you can usually fit in her rotations. I don't think there's many characters that don't. So, yeah, I feel I made it pretty clear there. Hello, quick after editing, recording. I did want to say on her cons. Her cons, S1 makes it so quick swap is more viable and her ult lasts longer and farther range. S2 makes her attack buff shit ton high and makes any DPS just on drugs. And every con's useless after that in my opinion other than S6. So if you're gonna go for cons, go for S2, then stop there. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I got most of my thoughts across, and that is basically a quick summary of how you build Shorekeeper. If you'd like to see more of this type of series, it's just a test one of an easy character. I'll put more thinking into harder characters and not better explaining, but it's a test one to see how this does. I might do more of these, and if you have a character you'd really like to see, put it in the comments, I might try it. I'll probably try doing for every new releasing character after I learn them some, but we'll see. But I do hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe. If you did really enjoy the video, please, I'd really appreciate that. And bye. Have a good day.